Okay, so when you get the machine, first thing you have to do is turn it on. There's a button back here. See this button? So it has to be turned on. It's on, right? Second thing, you have to make sure there's water in this tank. Pull these out. This reservoir needs to have water in it. Just put regular tap water in. Okay, now once you turn on the machine in the back, it's gonna take maybe 2 or 3 minutes to warm up. I give it about 3 minutes and it's usually fine. Okay, now these buttons, what do? This one on the very bottom is for the coffee. This is for water. This is for steam. Okay, I'm gonna show you all these things now. And this is the pump button. This gauge I don't really use. It works, but I don't use it. And this is the knob for the steam. All right, let's do it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is fill up your coffee with grounds. You're gonna have to play with the density or whatever of the ground. So let's come over here. So put your coffee grounds into the, whatever this thing is called. Okay, I put about that much in. If it's a finer grind, you need less. If you do a coarser grind, you need a bit more. That should be enough. Now, to tamp it down with this. I use the weight of this, I don't put any pressure on it. And there you go. Now to insert this, it comes in at an angle like this. You'll find it and you'll turn it. It's not going to be completely 90 degrees. It's not going to be perpendicular to the machine. It's going to be a little less. You don't want to turn it too hard. And that's it. Now you're going to take a cup. It's got to be a small cup. It goes under here. And now you're going to have this button on the very bottom on the little coffee cup. And you're going to flick up the pump switch. So now, depending on the density of the coffee grind and how much coffee you put in there, it's going to come out at a different speed. I put a little less coffee than usual because I wanted to do this demonstration quickly. But typically this will run for 30 seconds to a minute before it gets a couple ounces out of it. So you got your coffee. Once that's done, you can take your coffee out. I run the pump for a couple seconds just to rinse off the filter. And now, in order to make steamed milk, you're going to flick the switch all the way up to the top. So now the steam is, I guess, heating up in the machine. It takes a couple minutes, and in the meantime, I'm going to get some milk from the fridge. Pour some milk. You're going to want to prepare some kind of a wet cloth or even a wet paper towel. Tell me why. You're gonna have your mug. I put it up here because it's hot. This keeps warm, so if you prepare your mug up here early on, it'll be warm. Pour your shot in there. Clean this out later. So now you can see here that the steam is at about 140 degrees, and that should be enough. So you should be ready to go now. Now here's your steaming wand. What you first want to do is you want to let out the water because there might be some residual water from the prior use in there. And also to clean it out a bit. So I just run it in here in this little reservoir. Now I bring it out all the way. I put in the milk. And I just put the tip in. So then you open this, the steam's coming out. And you can watch videos on YouTube on how to steam milk, because it's not that complicated. You don't submerge it deep, you just keep it on the top of the milk, and the milk will progressively grow in volume as the steam builds. And with this cup here, I hold the bottom with my other hand and I can feel how warm the milk gets. So as it gets, when it gets to a point where I can basically I can't hold it, it's too warm, then I stop. And obviously when the milk builds up. So, maybe 10 seconds. You can see the milk is building in the cup too. It's almost done. Okay, so when you're done, you just turn this to close it all the way. Just keep it in the milk until it's done. If you don't hear it anymore, take it out. Pour your milk in the coffee. You can get all fancy if you want with it. Now you want to wipe the tip, right? The tip needs to be wiped. Okay, once it's sufficiently clean, what you want to do is run it a little bit. But now, here's kind of the only really confusing part about this machine. Is you want to switch it onto the water mode, away from steam, because what you want to do now is you want to cool down the steam compressor, whatever canister in there. Switch it to water. You're going to open the valve and you're going to turn on the pump. Now you're going to wait. You're going to wait for water to come through here. When it stops steaming, water comes through. And the temperature drops to about 115. Then I stop the pump. And I turn off the machine in the back here. Okay? And that way you've cooled down the container inside from the steam. And so now it's good for next time. And you also cleaned out any possible milk that was in there. Now you close this, turn it clockwise. And I always flick both switches down to the very bottom for the coffee, and obviously the pump is off, and I turn off the machine in the back. At this point, your coffee's done. Okay, there's a couple other things I want to show you. This thing comes out. This machine is really great, very well built. Now this collects water. It has a little spout in the back that deposits water. And you have a couple things back here too. Some things to clean. Sometimes you want to clean the underside of this. Actually, I could show you. It's probably a little bit dirty now. No, it's not bad. So you have some brushes. You have some different, if you want to make a smaller coffee, I use the bigger one because I usually put more. But you have some options in here. And this guy is for cleaning the machine using this. You put this in here. You put a tablespoon of this stuff, and it tells you step by steps how to run the machine to clean out. I do that about once, maybe every couple months, every few months. And that is it. What else can I tell you about it? That's it.